What's the cutest request that broke your heart after? The cutest guy in school, Elliot, leaned in so close our breaths mingled and asked, "How do I get close to your best friend?" Elliot was the kind of gorgeous that made girls walk into lockers, but he sat there looking genuinely lost. "I've never been on a date," he admitted. I almost laughed because he'd had at least 3 Valentine's offers this year alone. "You literally have girls throwing themselves at you," I said. He shrugged. "Sure, but it's different when I'm the one doing the chasing. I just freeze. I want this proposal to go well." That's when I realized he wasn't playing dumb. He actually didn't understand he was attractive enough to where planning a proposal wasn't even necessary. But then again, the girl he wanted to take was none other than the most beautiful, talented, intelligent girl in the school, my best friend Vianne. With green eyes and light brown hair and an acceptance letter to Yale, there was nothing missing from her. Elliot slid over a small envelope. "Here's my bribe." I almost started hyperventilating. Comic-Con weekend tickets and a free hotel? Holy mother of all. I shook his hand enthusiastically. 3 weeks. I'll teach you everything in 3 weeks. First week we studied the basics. After school, I taught him to how give compliments without sounding like he was reading from a script. "Notice the small things," I said. "New earrings, if she looks tired, if she changed her hair." He was clumsy at first. "Great haircut, you look pretty beautiful." I burst into laughter while he glared back. "Compliments aren't about the adjectives you use, it's the heart, the sound, the honesty." He nodded, then looked me in the eyes. "I like the way your eyes get brighter when you talk about something you love." My face flushed as he grinned. "That's good," I managed. "Save that for Vianne." The practice continued, and by the end of the week, he was a complimenting machine, and I was immune to his one-liners. Well, almost immune. By week 2, we'd moved on to actual romancing. We met up for a picnic at a popular dating spot, became competitive at bowling, and hung out at his place to watch movies. In the evening, we practiced slow dancing in the garage, stepping on each other's toes for fun. "Dates are pretty great. I don't know why I kept freezing up before," he said, spinning me around. "That's because most people our age do way more on dates." I made kissy sounds in his ear, and he jumped back, staring daggers at me for teasing him. I grinned as he helped me back up. "Let's practice slow dancing too," he suggested, slipping his arms to my waist carefully, making the heart in my chest pound wildly. "Is this okay?" He breathed against my hair. I could barely breathe, let alone answer. The night before the proposal, I helped him pick out his outfit and style his hair, exactly the way Vianne preferred. "Do I look good?" For a second, I forgot how to speak. "You're like a prince," I breathed, and quickly added, "That's what Vianne would say." We did one final practice run in the park. He'd strung up fairy lights and held onto my hand gently, stroking the back of it with his thumb. I stared up at him, at the large brown eyes sprinkled with golden speckles from the fairy lights, and smiled. He leaned in slowly, but just as I closed my eyes, he paused, dropping my hands and took a step back. "Vianne's going to love this." Reality crashed back hard. My heart squeezed painfully while I forced myself to agree. "I think you'll do perfectly." I reminded him Comic-Con was the same weekend as prom. "I know," he said. "Thanks for bullying me. Teaching me." He winked and pulled me into one last tight hug. "Enjoy Comic-Con." I squeezed back. "Enjoy prom." That Friday, the whole school watched as Elliot approached Vianne at lunch with flowers and a giant proposal sign. He executed everything perfectly, just like we'd practiced. The speech, the timing, even the way he held the flowers. Vianne squealed and said yes while everyone filmed it. The cafeteria erupted in cheers while my heart broke into a million pieces. How could I have let myself fall for a guy who was clear from the start? He wanted Vianne, not me. Elliot's eyes found mine in the crowd for just a second before Vianne pulled him into a hug. I quickly wiped away tears and walked off. I left school early, claiming I felt sick, which wasn't entirely a lie. I texted Elliot a simple, "Thank you for the tickets. Have fun at prom." He responded immediately with, "Wait," and then nothing else. That Saturday, I put on the cosplay Elliot and I had talked about during one of our late-night nerdy conversations. It was from the anime we'd bonded over, the one he'd pretended not to love. I went to the convention center alone, telling myself I was going to have an amazing time. Who needed Elliot anyway? I had freaking weekend passes to Comic-Con. The convention floor was packed, but somehow felt painfully empty. I was examining a limited edition figure when I heard my name. I turned around and there was Elliot, still wearing his proposal suit from yesterday, now wrinkled and untucked. My brain couldn't process him being here. "What about prom? What about Vianne?" He stepped closer. "My friend Kurt is taking her." I realized something after I asked her. He paused. "I'd rather be a nerd with you than be anything else people want me to be." He pulled out a crumpled piece of paper from his pocket with my name. "Will you go to Comic-Con with me?" "We're already here," I laughed. "Then will you go to every Comic-Con with me?" "Yes."